Sudden Death by Saida Itrat Batul Naqvi. I was flabbergasted. How can it be so? How can it be possible? Were my eyes mistaken? It was indeed so. I was standing in front of a mirror, looking at the reflection of a man of my stature. The mirror was quite clear, but I didn't look like the real me in the mirror. Having dived into a sea of doubt, I began to comfort myself that there must be a problem with the mirror. I glanced all around in search of another mirror. It was a very beautiful hotel, situated in a posh area of the city. At that time, there was hardly anyone there and silence prevailed. People had probably gone into their rooms after having supper, and the tired hotel staff were performing their usual tasks. Perhaps the night had become too humid. At last, I caught sight of another mirror in the corridor and stood in front of it. I was completely confused. The mirror was quite clear, but it was not reflecting my image. What was this? I was dumbstruck. Perhaps my eyes were not working properly, but I could see all other things quite clearly. Then I saw a man who was probably the manager of the hotel. I ran towards him. Brother, listen to me, I called to him. But he continued walking. He did not pay any attention to me. Listen to me, I cried aloud, but he had gone out through the front door of the hotel. Now I was also outside. There were men, women, and children all around, but no one looked at me. I became certain that I was not visible to anyone. I gave up trying to be heard or seen. I was sitting on a bench in a park, trying to remember where I was, where I had come from, and why there was a strange coolness inside my head. Gradually, the mist dispersed from my mind, and I recalled everything. I began to drown in a flood of gloom and anguish. What I remembered was very painful. But it was reality. It had happened so. Several hours had passed since my death. Yes, I had died. I remembered the whole incident of my dying. I had been the target of a stray bullet and had died on the spot. There was no chance of taking me to hospital. Why did it happen to me? What was my fault? There was no hatred in my heart for anyone. I had big dreams. I wanted to do so much in my life, but I was made to die before my time. I remember very well that I had returned home after sitting my last matriculation exam. I was very happy. My mother made my favorite dish. After having my meal, I said to my mother, Mother, I will take a long nap today because I have slept little during the last few days while I was preparing for the examinations. She said, My dear daughter, I am worried about the situation outside. The condition in the city is very alarming. Our city is burning. Don't go to your friend's house today. I did go to my friend's house after I woke up. What was my fault? Why was I killed? I remember that I had died. I had been murdered. I had been killed for no reason. My dreams had been shattered. I remembered that it was the last day of my life, and my friends and I had gathered at Samina's house. After having lunch, we went out for a stroll. Suddenly, there was a wild commotion. I did not know what was happening. My body was trembling. Blood was gushing out of my body fast. In my last moments, I saw the frightened and terrified faces of my friends.